I have always fought for the same values and principles. Like most people that I know, I have a range of views, but they are rooted in my values and my experience. I'm a progressive, but I'm a progressive who likes to get things done.
And Joe Biden will be the nominee of the Democratic Party. What, Hillary? You don't agree? Hillary thinks that's very funny. Well, welcome back to the Daily Wrap. While most polls and pundits suggest that Hillary Clinton won the first Democratic debate last week, the latest CNN ORC poll reveals that Senator Bernie Sanders got the better of Mrs. Clinton when it comes to increased voter support in his bid for his party's nomination. According to the poll, Mrs. Clinton currently has 45% of the vote, up 3 points from September, while Senator Bernie Sanders holds 29% of the vote, up 5 points from September. Meanwhile, Vice President Joe Biden, who has not yet entered the race, but as we have noted, is expected to announce his intentions in the next 48 hours, has 18%, down 4 points from the previous month. Biden's decision may prove critical to Hillary, as the CNN ORC survey finds that when the vice president is taken out of the equation, Mrs. Clinton's numbers improve considerably, indeed by about 11 points. Still more interesting, with or without Vice President Biden jumping in, registered voters overwhelmingly believe that Hillary Clinton is the candidate best prepared to handle a number of the important issues of the day. If Democratic voters really do have substantially more faith in Clinton to handle the big issues, and that includes the economy and foreign policy, Joe, how can any other candidate hope to best her in the primary races when the Democrats think that she is far and away the right person to handle the issues?
People aren't voting on preparedness. People are voting on likability, ultimately, and that's the way it goes. Because Barack Obama, right. Barack Obama was in the Senate for about 5 minutes, didn't even know where the bathroom was, and then he runs, and everybody says, "Well, you're not experienced." Remember, she had the 3 a.m. phone call ad.
Right.
Oh, a lot of good that did her, right? So in the end, Biden's the more likable candidate.
But Heather, how does this square? For months, we've been hearing that Hillary Clinton is untrustworthy. She does terribly on that question in virtually every poll we see. And yet, when people are asked, who do you trust to handle the important issues, she creamed the other candidates.
Because I think people understand or think that they're all politicians. And so it doesn't matter whether or not I trust them, because truthfully, I don't trust politicians. And that's why I think Trump is doing so well.
I think she's right. I think she's dead right on about it.
So it doesn't matter whether I trust her. Will she be able to save me? And is she a port in a storm? Absolutely.
I think you're firing on all cylinders today.
Yeah, what's up with her?
Once again, I think you're right. People complain, I don't like her, I think she's untrustworthy, she lies, she cheats, she steals, and they vote for her because they think she's tough enough to do the job.
Compared with those other idiots on stage, and I will call them idiots, okay, particularly Chafee.
Right.
And then O'Malley was just a wet mop, and then
Howdy-do.
Jim Webb's going to run as an independent now, and from what I'm going to hear, he's going to drop out.
Yeah,
Yeah, the guy whose forehead doesn't move. Right. Compared to those three and Bernie Sanders, who was horrible on foreign policy, right? Particularly taking on ISIS,
well,
yes, of course she's going to look stronger.
That's why she ends up with the nod. However, the latest New Hampshire poll out today suggests that Sanders remains roughly 10 points ahead of Clinton in the critical primary state. While this is at odds with the Suffolk University poll that came out last week, which showed that the race is virtually tied in New Hampshire, would Clinton and Biden, should they lose to Bernie Sanders in New Hampshire, does that deal a serious blow to these candidates, Heather? You've been right on everything. Don't screw up now.
Here's the thing with the polls. I read this somewhere, that the polls show who people want to date and not who they want to marry.
Right.
And I think that that's what we're seeing here. I think ultimately you're going to see Hillary pulling ahead because they want to marry Hillary.
I'm not going to touch that.
I am not going to agree with Heather.
That's way beyond my...
There's so many ways we can go with that.
That goes beyond my pundit credentials. Bill, what do you think, Bill? Why does one poll up there have her 10 points ahead, while one also after the debate last week has her actually pulling ahead of Bernie by 2 points?
I don't know. To continue this, I don't want to marry Hillary, so I don't know if I'm not sure I can really answer this question or not. My question is, why do we care what happens in New Hampshire, a state where 50 or 60 people live, and extrapolate that out to the rest of the country? I just don't think you can do that.
That's True. So, and on that topic, here's my next question to you guys. Let's say that Bernie Sanders does win up there. Does anyone see a roadmap for Sanders that would allow him to hold his own once the primaries move south, starting with South Carolina? I mean, you can make an argument for Joe Biden being able to win the black vote in South Carolina. You can make the argument for Hillary Clinton being able to win it. Can you really make the argument for Bernie Sanders being able to win it?
No, he can't. I mean, a Democratic socialist winning,
it's not happening,
I just
right?
don't see it.
And can you think of any southern state where he can win?
No. Not a one.
So why do you see him still as having a realistic chance?
Because we've been wrong about him this whole entire
No, we really
cycle.
We've
Yes,
been wrong
we
about
have.
Donald Trump this
We
whole cycle.
never would have said he'd be up double digits in New Hampshire, that he could possibly win Iowa. We completely discounted his campaign, drawing 30,000 crowds. Come on, stop it. We've been wrong. Don't underestimate him.
Fun for the kids. How do you think Hillary Clinton did in last week's debate? Do you trust her to handle the tough issues? Let us know at newsmaxtv.com/comments. Coming up, is the Pope plotting to change the Catholic Church? Stay with us.